Today we're going to talk about something that every gardener knows about or at least wants to do, which is composting. I have watched so many countless videos on this. I've ran into some really good channels. I'll try to put them down at the description below so you guys can check them out later. But chicken composting. The idea is that you throw your food scraps and anything that's green into their chicken run. You mix in browns with them, anything like pine needles, dried grass, old leaves, and then you cover them. You cover the food scrap with it. So what they do is they start kicking it around and turning it for you. I have done it so far one time. The stuff that I used wasn't completely broke down. It was pretty dang close. But let me show you real quick what the dirt is looking like now. Literally, you're looking at it. Here in a couple minutes, I'm going to turn it into a pile so I can put in the wheelbarrow and take it over to my dirt pile. But it is pretty much looks like it's flat and it looks like there's nothing there. But you'll see here in a few minutes what it actually was. So what you're seeing right now is them currently scratching through it. The previous video, everything still wasn't turned over. And that was pretty much the result after them doing days of what they are doing right now. You see her over there, she's scratching. They're gonna kick through it, gonna flatten it down for you. They're gonna eat what they want to eat out of it, and that will turn to compost for you. By the way, I forgot to show you guys, but here is the finished result. Good old compost, completely finished. Chickens turned it and did an amazing job. Got about 3 wheelbarrows out of there. And all I did was every few days I would spread more food scraps, and then I would make the pile again because they would flatten it down. So I'd mix it all in, they'd dig through it again and flatten it down again, just every 3-4 days. Alright guys, so here's the new beginning of the compost pile. What I did is I left a little bit of what you saw at the bottom to help get the pile started. I mean, like, not even a quarter of a wheelbarrow. I threw some newer composting stuff. It was a mix of chicken manure and scraps. Had a lot of fly larvae in it, so I know these guys are going to be picking at it for days. And then I threw some kitchen scraps on top, about a coffee gallon jar full that I collect from the kitchen. Threw some pine needles over it, and look at them starting to do their work. That's what they'll do all day long. So this video that you just saw of me flipping the compost, adding more scraps and mixing it all together was actually 24 hours from the clip that was talking about me starting the new compost. So the reason why I throw the scraps and then I grab the pitchfork and I throw everything on top of that is because that forces the chickens to dig through it, and then they'll turn the compost for you. You see, whenever you do any sort of composting, yeah, you can grab it, just throw it in a pile, and it eventually is going to compost. But when you throw scraps and you throw anything you want into the compost pile and you're constantly flipping it, that actually allows oxygen to enter the compost, which then speeds up the composting process. It'll make it go way quicker than if you just let it sit. If you just let it sit, something could take, about a year. But if you're able to get it just right, you can have a batch of compost almost every 21 to 30 days. It's pretty incredible, guys, if you work it more. It takes a little bit more effort. It takes a little bit more work, but trust me, it is worth it at the end. So go and make a compost. Go plant something. Go get some chickens. Go get some goats. Go do whatever it is that you want to do, but you need to get started somewhere, and a compost pile is a great way to get started, and you can become more self-sufficient in providing yourself good fertilizer and good soil for your plants. Have a good one.